Ooh. Try green beans, y'all. It's gonna be a good little snack later. It's gonna be so good. Good morning. As you saw, I finished dehydrating some green beans yesterday. So now it's putting them in an airtight container so they don't rehydrate. And going from there. So let's get that done. So in addition to dehydrating those green beans that I picked from the garden yesterday, I have some celery, both chopped up stalks and leaves that have basically been dried, but it had been so hot that I wasn't using the dehydrator. So now I'm going to put them in the dehydrator out of the containers that they're in, as you just saw that I did. And let me turn this around so I can show you what it looks like and then start getting that dehydrated. So here we go. Let me turn on another light for you guys. It smells so good. I wish you could smell it. This is the chopped up celery stalks. And then the leaves. So let's go ahead and finish dehydrating. Alright, so that's in there. I did put another tray on top of that tray just because it helps everything from blowing around and doing all that. It's time for me to get going for the day. My head, I woke up with a sinus pressure, like discomfort feeling on the verge of a headache. I didn't get much sleep. I haven't had much sleep every night for the last month. Or not month, last week. Because the kids have been allergy congested and all of that kind of stuff. After we dealt with being sick, we got better, and then we went outside and did all the things in the garden. And now our allergies, and mine is horrible today after having been out there yesterday. It'll be fine tomorrow, but so today is going to be kind of dragging, so I do apologize, but my goal is to get myself going, get out there, get the vlog edited, and up for you guys. It's been almost a week, oh my gosh, since you've gotten any content from us, so you're overdue. Hey everybody, it is a gloomy September 1st. I just got caught up with the Holy Moly Where Have I Been vlog. That is actually 42% uploaded as I speak. Let me raise you up a little bit so you can see me. And yeah, I figured you guys are overdue for a life update chat. So a lot of the topics that have been popular that people keep asking me about are my dating, or if I'm dating, my businesses, where is my brand headed? So where is the Hot Mess Mom brand headed? What's going on with the kids in school? Where's my health at, especially since I've made all of these dietary changes and I'm making all these changes? And am I moving? Are me and the kids packing up and leaving? What's going on? So I guess we'll start with the, are we moving? Some of you follow me on other social media, so some of you know me as more than just the Hot Mess Mom. Some of you know me as Tanya Ballinger, the woman on Facebook or other, whatever social media. Facebook is my main social media platform. But those of you who know me on other social media platforms know that my house that I currently rent in has been up for sale off and on since I moved in 2 years ago. So back in 2019, like August, September, we started moving in August, but we didn't like get fully moved in until for September 1st. And back when we moved in, there was a lady who owned the building, and about a month or so after we moved in, she was like, hey, we're selling the house. Okay, after she had just sold the house that I lived in, moving me to this one. Long story behind that, but anyways. And then a group of 3 gentlemen who seemed to be the best of friends, who had multiple properties, purchased this one. And that's really all they did. The person who purchased the house, she stopped by and we went over the lease. We, did all the things. And during this very stressful multiple year journey, of being like up in the air, and they have put me on a month-to-month lease, which I do not like because that does not give me much like peace of mind and security, and knowing that next month or 6 months from now or a year from now, my rent's going to be the same. They've already said they're going to be increasing rent. It's just when, and if things get done around this apartment, So as of right now, we are not moving. We don't have anywhere in mind. I would love to move out of this house. I would love to move out of this area. I would love to find another rental. And who knows? We're not in a place to move right now. I wouldn't be looking at moving until the spring. I still have my eyes on a house that used to be in my family many years ago. That property was lost from the family due to unfortunate circumstances. And I was very young when it happened. Very young. Probably Eliana's age, maybe a little older. I don't even know. I was very young. I may have even been younger. But I remember it happening. I remember the family that moved in. I babysat for their 2 kids for many years. But ever since I was little, it was always my dream to buy that house. The home was exactly what it was. A little log cabin in the middle of the woods. Like, it's just so quaint. It is on my dream board. I have a dream board, and it is on my dream board to restore that to the family land. And then when my grandfather passes, to keep that in the family property. And there is other properties like up against it that I just want to keep growing and growing and growing and establish this piece of land that we can turn into a multi-generational homestead. Probably gonna take the next 20 years to build it where I want it to be, but it's gonna happen. So I hope that kind of answers the, are we moving? What are our future plans? I mean, obviously I would love to own 100 acres somewhere, put a yurt on it, just do that thing. That's down the line. That's probably my retirement plan. Yeah, as of right now, I hope that answered that question. Although if you have any other questions about moving or our living situation or our future plans for stuff like that, don't hesitate to ask. All right, so next topic, my health. So I know I had mentioned in the vlog that is now 64% uploaded. What did I title it? The life of a stay-at-home mom. Where have I been? Quick chat, I think is what it said. I mentioned that I stopped doing my nutritional steps in the morning, and it wasn't making a difference in the way I was looking for a difference, but it did make a difference in how I was feeling. I know I mentioned my energy, but there were so many different things that it was affecting. I'm sure you can see it today. I didn't take my B vitamins, what I call my jumper cables. I didn't take those this morning. It is 4:52 in the afternoon, and I am just now drinking my nutritional drink. I hate to call it a shake because it's not a shake. Whenever I think of shake, I think of like gritty, nasty, thick, ugh. Or if you water it down, because you know, you water it down. If you try to water it down, it just ends up like a flavorless, disgusting something that you just don't want to drink. And these things are like amazing. And I literally just mixed it with water because I can't do milk and I'm out of my like various nut milks. So I mixed it with just water and it's really, really good. Like it was up to here and I just between those, these questions. But I've been continuing to do that. That is a main staple of my health. That has helped me in so many different ways. When I first started doing the Thrive 3 steps, it's really simple. And my first, how long was I doing it for when I noticed? I mean, I noticed I was losing weight right away, but I was very unhealthy and I lost, what was it, 92 pounds, I think was the point where I stopped keeping track. I gained a little bit back during my health struggle and I am trying to lose some again. So like I just said, I had gained some, sorry, child distraction. I had gained some of my weight back with my thyroid struggle. And I've managed to lose quite a bit of it. I know you've been watching in my videos, you've seen the bloating, you've seen all of that. Some of that's related to, you know, my gluten intake, and I was still trying to take in dairy when my body is not supposed to be, and soy-based product, and iodine, and like these are the main things that I'm not supposed to be eating. I'm not supposed to be having animal protein. I'm not supposed to be having dairy. I'm not supposed to be having gluten. I'm not supposed to add iodine to my diet. It's amazing how much has iodized salt in it. Like why? I only use the pink Himalayan sea salt stuff. I don't know, so I don't have to worry about that in my table salt, but just having that sound foundation of my Thrive in each morning, and then making sure that I'm eating healthy throughout the day. If I start not feeling well, I make sure I eat something. I grab a handful of nuts, or I don't have, where's my purse? Where is my purse? Oh, under my desk. It wasn't where it normally is. Or I'll grab something like, I know you've seen these before, my bear yo-yos, or I've got these snack bars that I eat. This one's lemon meringue. So by allowing myself to have snacks like this, I am able to function more throughout the day. I know that I've mentioned before that I eat like 5 meals a day rather than just 3, and I eat when I'm hungry. And I kind of allow my kids to do the same thing. I mean, we do have, you know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Before Cameron goes to school, we have breakfast, and we're going to be touching on the kids' school here in a little bit. But he has something to eat in the morning before he goes to school. Eliana usually eats with him. And then after he goes to school, I know they feed him again, because the program that he's in, they provide 2 meals and 2 snacks. They provide breakfast for the kids, which is fantastic. Not all programs provide that. Not all schools provide that. So that's something that I'm really grateful for. So he gets that extra nutrition. But then we have lunch in the middle of the day, and then they have midday, an afternoon snack at school, and Eliana has a snack around the same time, and I usually have something small. Like the kids will have like veggies and cheese and some, you know, some nuts if they want. There's like a whole bunch of stuff you've seen in my kitchen that they can like grab and go, healthy snacks, applesauce, you know, packs. There's so many different things that we have. You know, they've got access to these. They've got access to these if they want them in 4 different flavors. You know what I mean? I try to keep us all, you know, access. If they're healthy, I'm fine with them coming up to me and being like, "Hey mom, I need a snack. I'm hungry. Can I eat something?" "Okay, what do you want?" Can I have this or that or another thing? Can I have some of those rice snacks that you have? Because I have these Rice Krispie snacks since I can't have gluten. And yeah, sure. Did you want to split it with your sister or with your brother, whoever's asking? You know, and they'll share a snack, and it's worked out well for our family. So I kind of wanted to go more into detail on that. I know I spent a few minutes discussing this with you, but that's because I feel like there's so many families out there who are like, I don't feed my kids 3 meals a day plus 2 small snacks. Like, it's just not the way our family works, and that's okay. Cameron just went to the potty on his own. He came out here and said, "Mom, I need to use the bathroom," and he went all by himself, and he came out. It makes my heart so happy. Okay, so that's kind of like the kids rundown. Back to my health. So I have been doing pretty good. I did make some minis-based pasta salad the other day for Ellie and Cam, and they liked it when it was still warm and fresh, but as soon as it got cold and went in the refrigerator, they're like, I don't want it anymore. So I've been eating a little bit every day, today, yesterday, and the day before, so the last 3 days. It's okay. It's whole wheat. I feel like it's a little bit different than regular bleached white flour. Maybe that's just what I'm telling myself. I don't seem to be as bloated, but I can definitely feel a difference in my body when I eat that versus when I eat food that doesn't have that. Sorry, my back is like hurting from leaning forward, so I'm leaning back on my chair for a second. Pause. I gotta blow my nose. Something I will be sharing with you guys is a few things that I got with my latest Amazon subscribe and save order. I got some gluten-free flour. I got more gummies for the kids. I got more those freeze popsicles for the kids. I will be getting reusable freezer pops, the little silicone squeeze ones. I get it's not the exact ones. It's not the red mesh bag ones, but if I say the red mesh bag, like popsicles, everybody knows. Every store like has those. Dollar stores have them. Like every store around the country, and I've lived all over the country. Heck, even some countries outside of the United States have them. So if you're watching from out of the United States, let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm always interested to see that. In my YouTube area, my YouTube studio area, it does show me sometimes, like I've had people from Ireland watching. I've had somebody from South America, like all these different places. I think I had somebody from Italy, which was super cool. Like, oh my gosh, somebody's tuning in. I've had a few like people from around the world watching, so many people from the United States. And I want to know where you guys are from. Even if you're from the United States, just let me know what state you're in. Are you one of my friends on other social media? How did you find my channel? I want to know that too. But yeah, so I've been trying to eat healthy. The things that I'm getting for the kids, I try to make sure they're healthy, or, you know, there'll be the occasional splurge like those popsicles. I've got like some cake mix, so we'll probably make like cupcakes, or we'll make cake balls. That's probably what I'm gonna do, is teach the kids how to make some cake balls. That might be fun. And you know, just trying to, you know, move forward in the direction that makes me feel good based off of how my body feels when I eat something. So by focusing on eating the foods that I can eat, not having as many of the foods in the house or the temptations in the house that I would have had before. If the kids don't eat it and I can't eat it, why have it in the house? So I'm working on getting rid of anything that I can't eat, and I'm not working on getting rid of it by eating it. That is key. Don't be like, well, I have all these things in the house. What am I gonna do with them? I've had people that I've, you know, brought a bag of stuff over, and I've been like, hey, can you eat this? Because I can't. My mom got some soy milk that I had bought, and then the next day I found out I couldn't eat soy, and it was like, All right, well, now that I'm sitting here in the emergency room, worried that I could be dying, knowing that it's all because my diet and my thyroid that is making me in the hospital today. Obviously this is a little while ago. If you watched my vlog in the past, then you probably saw that. So focusing on the things that I can eat, eliminating the things that I can't eat, making sure that I am trying new recipes, new things with the foods that I can eat, and enjoying things that I've never tried before. Like, I had no idea. I had never had textured vegetable protein before. Fortunately, it's soy-based, the one that I bought. So I have 2 giant bags of a soy-based protein. However, soy is the least of my worries, or not the least of my worries, but that's lower on the list. So I'm not getting rid of it, but it is going to be one of those, the unopened bag of it is going to go into my emergency preparedness buckets, or, my food supply. And the one that's open, I will just slowly work through eating. I recently tried jackfruit. If you've never had jackfruit before and you're a vegetarian or vegan, it's interesting. I probably won't buy it again. I did remove it from my subscribe and save for this month, and I think I'm going to fully delete it. I'm actually going to make note of that. Remove jackfruit from SS, from subscribe and save. I made meatballs. I'm sure you remember seeing them in one of the past vlogs. I did make vegetarian meatballs. They were fantastic. I think next time I'm going to try making mini meatballs. I just feel like the larger meatballs, they'd be better if I love the outside texture of meatballs. Yes, the inside of a real meatball is also amazing, but I'm not a fan with it like the jackfruit way. I feel like the way the outside of the jackfruit meatball baked in the oven or sauteed in the pan, because I did have it both ways, was amazing, and I would like to taste more of that. I might try the recipe that I made and make some burgers and make them really thin. I was gonna say melt some cheese in between them, but I need to get some vegan cheese. I have had Dia brand before. I haven't tried any other vegan cheeses, so if you have suggestions, please put them in the comments below, because on this journey I am lost and confused, and I need all the help I can get. So if you have experience with that, please share. I appreciate it. And let's see, what else have I been doing? Cabbage steaks. I had never had a cabbage steak. They're amazing. I want to get into trying mushrooms. I've had some mushrooms in the past, but I think it was the way that they were made or who they were made by that made them not so delicious. And that happens. I mean, there are some things that I'm sure I can't cook out there. Although I'll tell you what, I can cook a mean steak. I make some bomb bacon. Like, I legit have like a spit to go over, one of those rotisserie spits you put the meat on and you rotate it over the fire. I've got one of those for when I go camping. I don't play around. I may not be eating that meat, but damn right it's going to be cooked the best way possible. I try not to have any kind of foul language or swearing, but that's about all you're going to get out of me. I'm sorry, guys. Don't hate me. Don't click unsubscribe. You love me. So the next question that I get asked about a lot is the kids, schooling, what's going on with this homeschooling area behind me, which is currently a mess, because I'm moving a giant area rug that was tucked behind the table and all this other stuff. As you can see, it's just like chilling on the floor. But yeah, what am I doing regarding all of that? What are my plans? Am I going to 100% uploaded? The mouse is stuck under your tripod. Close. Processing will begin shortly in HD. Okay. Sorry, squirrel. I'm obviously homeschooling Eliana. Cameron went to school on Monday. He had his stuffy nose and his postnasal drip and a slight cough. So he hasn't been allowed to back to school since. Today is Wednesday, so he's missed 2 days of school so far this week. First week of school. Not even going there. If you want that dirt, you got to go to my Facebook, because I did air a little bit of that laundry. I am looking for a new pediatrician. That's basically now where this has gotten to. But he cannot go back without a doctor's note about his allergies, which then turned into, yes, it is his allergies that's causing a problem. However, signs and symptoms of allergies, colds, or anything like that require him to get a C-test, a nose swab. So we did that this afternoon. Thankfully, they didn't do the deep one. It was the shallow swab, so it was a lot more comfortable. I hate seeing my kids in discomfort. I can't even think about his oral surgery. That was rough. I did vlog about that as well, so if you really want to see me cry, go back to that. But it's hard seeing your kids uncomfortable, and the situation with his school is looking like it's going to repeat from last year, which was them being sent home probably more often than they weren't. But yeah, so it is still up in the air if he will finish the year out at the school, or if he only went for 1 day. So tomorrow, that's Ellie coughing, by the way, not Cameron. Everything for them has gone to their chests. Me, I still have some sinus issues. I think I might be getting a sinus infection. Lucky me. However, the kids, they basically have just been sneezing. They've got a slight cough. Right now they're laying down. But yeah, so anyways, that's kind of that situation. And speaking of homeschooling, I wanted to show just a couple of things that I grabbed for Eliana online. Just a couple Amazon books to complement her learning experience here at home. These aren't the only things that we're using to, you know, give her the education. Honestly, I would like to see her get ahead. I can't say she's testing at a certain level, and I'm not trying to sound like that mom who's like, my kid's so smart, but she's ahead. She is, and I have been told that, and I was too when I was younger. She doesn't want to do it unless it's challenging, and when I do kindergarten stuff with her, she already knows how to do it. It's simple for her, and she has no interest. But I did get some just some workbooks on Amazon that I'm going to show you real quick to kind of help her. And I'm going to be getting some things that are steps ahead. So kindergarten and first grade. Right now I have a kindergarten and first grade reading readiness workbook. So it has tracing, it has actual reading and identifying objects, circle the top, circle the middle, you know, all of those kind of activities. And then I'm finding a spot to set everything. And then I also got the next step up with that, the reading readiness for grades 1 through 2. This one right here has where you know, write the word and you read the sentence. You know, I can ride a, and you have to choose up here a bike, and you have to write bike. So you know, identifying vowels, completing sentences, finishing stories, you know, creating your own stories. I remember doing that in first grade, and I remember having the, you know, the big double-lined paper, and I still have one of those books that I have been holding on to since I was her age, or my mom had. And then I took that so many years ago, and I have been moving around the country with it and going everywhere with it, and it is sitting in my file box. And I am so excited to be able to use that with my kids from the 80s, to use that with my kids. So I get a little excited, a little passionate. And then to go along with that, I also got for ages 5 through 8 for vocabulary and spelling, 200 Essential Sight Words Activity Workbook. It has 115 plus pages of reading and writing activities. So that way I can have all 3 of these in addition to any activities that I make up on my own, that I pull from online, other workbooks that we already have. I just want to immerse her in as much as possible and make it as fun as possible, give her a little bit of a challenge. And she is very passionate about math, so I got a kindergarten math workbook. There's over 100 pages of activities, everything from counting, finding the numbers that are missing, to like little flashcard cutouts. I love that it has that, to solving math problems, patterns, what shape is on the 7th fish, like all sorts of which of these 2 alligators is longer, what's the biggest, you know, things like that. I think this is going to be fantastic for her. And then I mean, that's kindergarten ages 4 through 6. And then I also got an ages 5 and 6 kindergarten geography workbook with over 101 games and activities to support her geography skills. So it has all sorts of stuff in here that we can do, you know, reading a map, inside or outside, at the store, around town, oceans of the world, borders, what country is this, I Spy, and then of course I love that it has the answers in the back. So that I don't know what country that is. And I'll make sure I drop links to those workbooks as well as any other workbooks that we currently have in use that are available for you on Amazon. I will drop those links for you because they are great workbooks, and I have been doing a lot of looking. I've been reading reviews. I've been talking to other moms. I've been looking on Pinterest. I've been on other mom YouTube channels. I've been on other websites looking. I have been all over the place. I'm in so many Facebook mom groups. But I have been using every resource possible to find things to be able to, you know, use as tools to help teach my children. We are going to, you know, for like the geography stuff, if one page is talking about, you know, the oceans of the world, then I guess we're also going to dive into other things to do with oceans of the world. We're going to talk about saltwater versus freshwater. We're going to talk about how life varies from saltwater to freshwater. We're going to talk about how, you know, the oceans are connected and the currents, and you know, that'll of course tie into weather, and we can do, you know, little science experiments and show how, you know, rivers feed into the ocean. We can make a like a volcano and have the edges go down and have it indented in, so we can not necessarily pour it in the top of the volcano, but utilize that for another activity, but have it so it runs down the side of the mountain and go into the ocean at the bottom, you know what I mean? And have the ocean maybe be, you know, some kind of like soapy, sudsy water or shaving cream or something, and when you pour it down, it kind of like pushes it and makes its own trail and disperses itself, mixes it in, or 2 colors that when they come together, you know, like red and blue, so that way when it comes together it's purple, and you can see how the water from the streams and rivers feed into the ocean, and how there's different kind of life even right where the fresh and salt water come together. And there's so many learning opportunities with each and every page in these books. The math books, being able to, you know, count money, knowing houses, you know, odds are on one side, evens are on the other. They count up, so you know, she can count to 100. We can count mailboxes as we're driving around running errands. If we're on a back road in a neighborhood where, you know, we're supposed to be driving like 35 and there's nobody behind me, I could slow it down even more so that way she can count and she can identify things on them and learn how to use a compass. Because I feel like I learned somewhere that street addresses go from south to north and go up by number. I could be completely wrong. It probably doesn't make sense nowadays because like roads just all kind of wind together. But I think there was something behind that way back in the day. I don't know, but that's a history lesson. How have things changed? Right now in the mornings we do a today in history. So I just look up, okay, what happened on September 1st? And all of these events come up and we talk about things that happened, good things, bad things, natural things. There is so much history. My area is very rich in history. So these are things I want to teach the children. Halloween is right around the corner. My birthday is the day after Halloween. So I may do something kid-friendly to teach the children about where Halloween comes from. Around here, the witch trials were huge. I have people in my ancestry who were, you know, involved in that because I'm from this area. And so it's teaching our family history, local history. I mean, everybody knows about the Salem witch trials, burning the witches, drowning the witches, stoning the witches. You know, these are things that you don't necessarily, like, you touch on in a history book in a chapter at school and then you move on. I want to dive in head first and learn and immerse ourselves in an environment that's conducive to getting so much more out of it than just reading a chapter in a book, if that makes sense. So there's a whole lot behind my kids and being at school and what they're learning at school and then expanding upon that at home. And I am very fortunate. I am beyond blessed to be able to do this with my children. I understand so many parents or grandparents who are raising their grandkids or whatever the situation may be. So many people with children in their household who are not able to go places and teach their children because they work, or they work 2 jobs or 3 jobs, or, you know, whatever the situation may be. Or financially it may not be possible. They may not have a car, or, you know, whatever it is. Do what you can, work with what you have, especially with everything that's been going on over the last year and a half. We've had access to so much online. So many places are still giving free educational stuff, like zoos and aquariums are doing free things for you to just log on and check out all of this stuff, these online exhibits and museums, and just, it's, the possibilities are endless. So you know, look up online, search on Google or whatever search engine you use, and find some things that would be great for your children to utilize, some additional tools of education, something that you can do and you can enjoy with them. A lot of places have, you know, free art days. Museums will do free things with kids or discounts or, you know, whatever. So basically, you know, take advantage of everything you can. If you have a public library, you can reach out to them, town halls. You can reach out to, you know, your local museums or attractions, you know, like zoos and aquariums and whatnot, and ask them, hey, do you do any free programs? Do you have any events coming up that I can bring my kids to? What do you have going on? Do you do a reading night at the library? Can I bring the kids and we can all sit down and you know, read a book? It's not cold yet outside. Some parks have stuff going on. There's a lot of things. So definitely utilize everything that you can, and ask around, ask other moms. and dads and parents. All right, so next question, where is my brand headed? I feel like that's almost kind of a loaded question. So I've been asked, sorry, I had a sip. I've been asked, what is next for the Hot Mess Mom? Well, I launched my merch. It went amazingly, so much better than I expected. So much so that I invested in the equipment to do it myself. And I'm just like looking around at everything, and my heart is overflowing with gratitude and appreciation, because I hesitated. Like, I'm trying to think, like, I remember when I announced that I was gonna have my Hot Mess Mom merch, and I remember talking on that vlog and saying that how I always wanted to do it, and people held me back, and then finally everybody was like, just do it. Just do it. Stop holding yourself back and just put it out there, and you're gonna be well received. And I was, and I'm so grateful. So grateful. And now I have my fall merch. I know I showed you some hats and shirts from that. I've got my tote bags. I am working on so much more. I've got more coming for winter time. The hats will continue on obviously through winter time. And I don't know. I really don't know what's next at this point. I'm working on the blog on my website. I've got my website up. I've got to contact my hosting, the company that's hosting my website for me, because I need to work on the store. Right now I have it where you can only buy like items. You can't like add it to a cart, and I'm not going to explain to you how that works. If I'm like, hey, it's this program, you're going to be like, what? But I want to make it more user-friendly. I want to make it easier for you guys. I want it so that way you can customize the items that you're ordering right then and there. You don't have to order it, pay for it, email me and say, hey, this is what I wanted in this color. I wanted this put on it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's working, but it's not as user-friendly. And I know you guys want something that's, you know, above and beyond where it's at. So I'm working on that. Hold on, let me go check on the kids. I hear some coughing. I guess right now I'm kind of, I want to make sure I can get back on my routine of posting after having taken the last 4 or 5 days off. I kind of want to get ahead on it. There's so many things that I've been kind of putting on the back burner. I've already established a partnership with the studio that I work out of and their boutique. And I am going to be bringing you guys a link to that as soon as I do this kind of like behind the scenes look at.
I made a strawberry shake with whipped cream and marshmallows.
Ooh, go get your tablet and do the same game.
I can't find it.
Okay. I love these guys so much. And like a quick side thing, and then I'll go into my upcoming trying on lingerie to do product reviews thing that's coming. Well, that's basically all I need to know. But so the kids, I used to worry about them interrupting. It used to limit me leading Zooms for my businesses and doing stuff like that, because I didn't want my, I guess I was worried about what people would think about me. I didn't want to come across as like, oh my gosh, she's always got her kids around. Like, and is that a bad thing? Is that really a bad thing? Like, am I really letting people put that inside my head? So, like, I just thought about that when Cameron came out here, and I wasn't like, oh, let me stop this because there's a kid out here. Like, you know, I don't know. A lot of things about my frame of mind have been changing lately. And I guess that's kind of like why I'm doing this update for you guys too. So it's kind of my brand update. Yeah, the website's going to be updating. My fall merch is dropping very soon. Kelly hasn't been able to start with me yet. We've, you know, our things have just The timing wasn't right yet. She is going to be joining the Hot Mess Mom team. I still already consider her part of the Hot Mess Mom team. She just hasn't been here in person working with me yet. We've been doing a lot of chats about designs and plans and, you know, where the brand's headed, where this is all headed. Yeah, so I wanted to share that because I've had people ask, so I saw on your website you announced Kelly is coming. Who's Kelly and where is she? You will be seeing more of Kelly soon. Like I said, when fall merch drops, you will get like kind of like stock photos. But Kelly and I are going to get together. We are going to be doing a branding shoot. So I know I announced a while ago the Dating Chronicles of the Hot Mess Mom, and you have not had many updates since. That was months ago. Was it really like 9 months ago? Okay, go ahead and get another pair of glasses. Is there another pair on there? Perfect. Oh, she's saying hurry. She's waiting for you. They're so cute. They're putting on their little sunglasses, watching the tablet, pretending it's too bright. They're just adorable. But that's been one of the hiccups, is always having my kids with me. Obviously, I'm not going to be dating and being like, hey, I'm bringing my kids along. Like, weird. So I was chatting with somebody for, you know, a little while. We were chatting on and off. It's been at the point where we connect once a week, and I'm usually available every other weekend when their kids are with their dad. I don't have reliable childcare. I don't have somebody I can just drop the kids off with. I don't know what his thoughts are. It's been so laid back. Like, I don't know. I'm going back out there. I am going to try to be a little bit more active on some dating profiles. So yeah, that's that. That's my lack of dating life. I don't have a huge desire to push to meet somebody. I was gonna say push a relationship, push to meet somebody if I'm gonna match efforts. I say that with my business. I'll match efforts. If you wanna run for something, I'll run with you for it. If you wanna hustle for something, I'll hustle with you for it. If you wanna meet, all right, let's meet. But if you're not gonna put in that time and energy, then why should I? So, all right, guys. Much love. Thank you so much for sitting through this. I am going to get my kids taken care of as far as dinner. It is 5:51. It's dinner time. Then bedtime routine. And they're all giggles in there, which makes me super happy. I love when my house is filled with laughter. So I'm going to go love with them and love on them and feed them and have a little something myself. I might cook up some squash, roast some zucchini, and yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, I know it was just an update vlog. It had a lot of information, or a lot of stuff that I'm throwing at you. It's not my typical vlog, but if you liked it anyways and you want to see me make more vlogs, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Drop in the comments below where you're tuning in from, because I would love to know. Are you local to me here in Connecticut? Are you in the United States? If so, what state are you in? Are you not in the United States? What country do you live in? How did you find my channel? These are some things that I would absolutely love to know. And what would you like to see more of? I know some people have said, hey, can you film yourself actually at the store going shopping? I'm very well might be enlisting a friend to help record a full shopping trip, so that way you can see exactly what I do when I shop and how I process things as far as saving money and you know, reading the labels and how difficult it is to shop for my health needs. Like, holy moly, is it difficult? Like, yeah, I mean, those are some things that I've been asked. You wanted to see more of my my pantry, my buckets, what's in them, what I'm keeping full, how I rotate things out, what I am, you know, stocking up on, in case things hit the fan, you know. What I won't stock up on. I haven't stocked up on water, but I do have like Life Straws. I've got the tablets, the chlorine tablets, or I don't even know what they, chloride tablets. I don't know, those tablets that you put in the water and it like cleans. I've got those things, and you know, I've got other resources. But if you don't have access to water, then those do you no good either. So there are certain things that I need to evaluate, and I need to do an inventory of what I have, and I need to do all of those things. So those are things that you're going to be seeing. Like I said, you're going to be seeing me do that whole like lingerie thing. You're going to be seeing me do a photo shoot for my fall merch drop. You're going to be seeing me do some videos of behind the scenes of merch days, you know, where Kelly's going to come over and we're going to get a whole bunch of merch done and processed and packaged up and out the door to you guys. You're going to, you know, see more cleaning vlogs. You're going to see more of me and the kids. You're going to see us getting out and doing adventures, hopefully. Unfortunately, over this last year, we haven't gone out and done, or a year and a half, we haven't done as much as I would have loved to. Stop banging, please. Yeah, there's so much more to come. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I am blessed beyond measure, partially because of you guys and your support in all my avenues. I truly do thank you. So, all right, I'm gonna go play with these giggle monsters, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.